Hello everybody, it's Eddie here at Eddie Makes Art, and today I want to do some mark making, and I want to make some tissue papers for future use for collage and other projects. And I want to use some pastel transfers onto the plate, the gel plate, and some just plain tissue paper. I'm not using Carnival because that's hard to rip, and sometimes it doesn't glue down necessarily where it blends into the background. So sometimes it stays a little opaque. So I'm gonna do it with the tissue. And one of the main reasons I'm doing this, besides using awesome Hippie Crafter Soft Pastels, is that some of you know I'm gonna be moving soon, and I'm gonna be moving temporarily into a small space where I hope to continue making videos for you like this. But I want to get ahead of the game and kind of make some papers ahead of time, so that if I don't have time or space to, sit and make some marks on papers, I can, I'll just have them ready to go in an envelope or a folder, what have you. So like I said, I'm going to use the Soft Pastels transfers to transfer marks onto the gel plate. These you can't, I can't use these. You can't use these directly on the plate. They will leave marks in your plate. It's just not good. But these are great. They come in 24 colors. They're vibrant and rich. They are water soluble. I've actually watercolored with some. So these are on watercolor paper. And actually what I did, like with this one, is I drew with the chalk pastels or the soft pastels onto the paper. And then I just went over it with the wet brush, cleaning in between the colors and kind of blending as I went along. Got these. I did a little spiral thing here. This is just a whatever. I did some plaid. Did little bubbles, I just playing around with it, just testing them out and see how they work. And I'm gonna use paint today, the Hippie Crafter paints, and they come in a box of 24. Actually, they come in a box of 20. The pastels come in a box of 24. These acrylics, the professional artist acrylics, they come in a pack of 20. It's a beautiful box, and you get like all these wonderful colors, and you've seen me use these paints before. So let's get to it. Let me show you what I'm going to use. Actually, I'm going to show you first. I did these last night just so I could show you what I did. So this is the pastel. Just made some lines, made a plaid design, and then what I do is just take the paper and you rub it down on the plate, lift it, and it leaves the design behind. And then you pick it up with paint. Now, I used that same sheet of paper 3 times on the plate to transfer, and I got 3 separate prints. So one paper will last you a while, so you could actually save it, and if you only use it once and then use it again, because you're not painting over it, you're just transferring the pastel to your gel plate. So let's get started. Now I do need, which I didn't grab, is just some plain paper to draw on. And then what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to use some texture paper. Excuse me. And the plain tissue. This is just like, gift wrapping tissue that I'm going to use. So let's get started. Let's see. Let's just make some marks. I'm going to move my gel plate for one moment. Make some marks on here. So kind of, I guess, I just want to make some, interesting things I can get down on tissue and then later use for, whatever. Collage, mixed media tags in the journal, whatever. So I'm just going to start with, here, let's start with blue. We'll start with the blue. Now, these come in a little like wrapper. You can take them off definitely. The colors are not listed on each one, which kind of disappointed about that, but it's all good. I think we can, get past that whole thing right now. And as you can see, I have used these. I've been using them, I've been practicing, I've been doing different things with them, just trying to see how they work with different mediums. And like I said, I use them with water. I've used them with alcohol, like spraying, you know, just over the counter, rubbing alcohol and doing a little drawing. So I'll show you that another day. But for now, let's just make some marks and let's see. So and I'm trying to think of like just like smaller areas where I can tear off a bit and then use that instead of, you know, trying to make a whole big design. Because, you know, sometimes in a collage or a project, you only need something small, right? So I'm going to keep that in mind as I'm doing some marks. Maybe that. Let's see, how about, and then don't forget, I'm going to use these two on the plate as well. So get some extra marks there. And then maybe do some circles. And we could do maybe do some X's. Make these a little bit thicker. Hope you're all doing well. Just getting some of that extra dust off. Yeah. And let's do another color over here. We'll do this like brownish color. Let me see. Yeah, so it's like a I'd say it's probably burnt sienna. And let's see. I'm just making random marks, nothing, you know, planned, nothing too, you know, fancy. And what else here? Let's do a little spiral here. Okay, I think that's good for now. So, and I'll just do a couple of these. I'm not going to do a ton today. Just want you to get the idea of how this works. Static cling. So got my gel plate. FYI, this will stain your gel plate. But if you use baby oil or mineral oil to clean your plate, it will take it off. Because I've used this plate before for playing around with these pastels, and I've been able to get it off with baby oil. So, you know, unless you don't want to, you know, really stain your plate, whatever, this plate, it can take a lot, so don't be afraid. So again, you just put your paper down, give it a little rub. There you go, easy peasy. You got your marks on your plate. Now, let's decide where we want to put these. Maybe we'll put this here. Oops, no, you stay there. And then maybe you stay here. All right. Actually, I gotta put the paint down first. Duh. All right, let's get some paints here. I'm gonna use this cold gray. This is a really cool color. And just a little bit, not too much. We're not trying to make thick layers. And then maybe do my yellow. Maybe this rose color over here. Just a little bit, come on. Like I said, these are thicker paints, but they perform quite well, I must say. And maybe a little bit of burnt umber. Maybe a little bit of yellow. This is lemon yellow. All right, let's start. We'll start this one. Get some paint down here. And then clean that off. I'm not looking for anything, you know, perfect or whatever. I'm making marks and I'm just having fun. All right, let's get our tissue down. Fair warning, this may rip. It's not wet strength, so I'm just going to be as careful as I can. Just push to get some of these, you know, patterns in there. Let's lift it up. Let's see what we got. I didn't get, yeah, see here, these things blocked the, what do you call that stuff? The pastels. So let's try this again without those. See, we're learning, experimenting, we're learning. This is how we figure things out and move forward. There we go. You see, it continues giving the pastels. Don't worry if you don't get it the first time. Just go over it again. Okay, and I'm gonna see if I can get any of this up here. Might have already dried. I didn't put too much again, because I'm just doing some quick pulls, some, you know. And I'm just gonna keep building on here, and that'll give us some cool, funky papers to work with. Let's do this again. Put your paper down, rubby. This should give us at least one more layer. Yeah, you see, got a little more there. Now you can certainly go heavier on the pastel on the paper to transfer more. So, you know, that's an option too. Let's see. I did like that cold gray. Let me try some. That, these little hard bits, got a bit of that. Maybe, how about some of this ultramarine? Well, actually no, because then you won't see that. This is kind of dark, so. Here, let's try some of this orange yellow. We'll do that over here. Come on. And one more color. How about, let's do the burnt sienna up here. No, we don't want to do that. We'll just do a mid yellow here. I think maybe for the next sheet of paper, I'll do a thicker, I'll use more of the, what do you call that stuff? The pastel, little thicker layer of pastel on the sheet of paper. Ooh, that is a bright one, huh? Kind of like it though, it's kind of cool. Ah, this one went better. Yeah, so the idea of using those texture things, I guess I'm gotta be careful where you place them or how thick you know, depending on how thick you lay out your pastel on your sheet of paper. But got some cool marks on there. We can even come back later and add some more stuff here. That's a good base. Let's see, you can pick up just extra. I cut up a bunch of sheets. This comes in like a big sheet. It's like I said, it's gift wrapping tissue, so it's nothing, you know, fancy or expensive, but it works quite well, especially when you're gluing it down on something. Let me go up that up. All right, I'm gonna do one layer of paint. I just want to try and pick up some of this stuff here, and then we can get another paper and do some more design. Maybe for this one I'll use this raw umber. Just trying to get the paint off, you know, some of the stuff off of here. That wasn't enough. Oops. Getting a little wild with my brayer. So even this brayer off sheet looks pretty grungy and cool. Even the cleanup is going to come out looking cool. Look at that. That's great. Get some of the orange, some of the gray, even the yellow showed through. Still got some of that little texture plate thing here. So, set that to the side. Now here, let's do some more marks on here. This time I'll use a black. Because that definitely shows up better. Just do it on this side here. So maybe do some links, some hash marks. Now, I'm spacing these because I want to try and use some of this texture stuff as well on the areas that doesn't have the pastel. You see it even transferred to my silicone mat there. So like I said, there's still plenty on there that you could transfer. So save these. Now the black is definitely going to show up much better. There you go. And let's do... what do I want to use? Let's try that. Where is it? Oh, here it is. It's burnt sienna. We'll do a little bit of that. Do some here. Maybe, what's that? That's burnt umber. Let's do some red. Why not? It's a nice red. Maybe some of the champagne color. It's an odd color, but I kind of like it. Like a peachy color. All right, so try and brayer out the lighter colors first. Looks like I dipped into some of that red. And just mishmash it. That, maybe this here. Let's see what we got. This is why I love gel printing, because it's just fun to experiment, and you always get surprised by what you get. Because a lot of it depends on the types of paints, the type of paper you use, the weather. You know. All right. Do we have a wiener or a winner? I think that's pretty cool. I think that is very cool. We got the marks there. That one got covered up a little bit. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take these off. And let's get maybe... about this other sheet of tissue. This should be dry enough. Let me see if I can pull anything on here. This was the cleanup one. that I'd use the raw umber or the burnt umber on. Ah, look at that. That is so cool. Get some great markings in there. All right. Set you to the side. And I'm just going to darken up these marks a little bit more, since that is kind of important. Now this is a messy project. I'm filthy. I just took a shower, but look, I'm filthy already. But that's the fun of it, okay? So don't worry about that. What other shit can we do here? Let's do maybe like this here. Random, right? Just random, rando calricine. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Oh yeah, we got a lot darker. That is very cool. Liking that. Let's try some Viridian. Whoop, a little too much. I'm going to take some of that off here. I don't want that much. Right back in there. Some Viridian. Let's try some of this. This is cobalt blue. A little mid yellow. You know what? I'm gonna do a little bit of white. Why not? All right, let's see what we get. Whoa. Take it easy there, big guy. Okay, now this first layer, not so, I mean, that's cool, but not so much as far as the design. Let's see if we get another one here. We should get what is the pastel down on the plate. Yeah, I just had a little too much, but that's okay. We got some cool paints. See, that's really cool. Got a lot of cool colors, like even the paint, we got some nice shapes from the paint. Got your marks. There we go. This one we can use later. It's still a little wet. Oops. And I'm going to do a little bit of this yellow ochre. Just keeping on here what I've got. I'm not going to add anything else. Do some yellow ochre. And what if we, oh, here we are. So maybe some burnt sienna, why not? Okay, and then we'll use some of these too. Oh, got some green on there, that's okay. adds to the flavor. Now, this time what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go like this. Just add marks with this, like that. Let's see how that transfers to the tissue. Not much pulled up. Oh, I've got some cool paper. Let's get this back on here. Put a little more down. There we go. Now what if, I wonder if I put this back down now, will I get any of that to transfer? Let's see. No. That was wishful thinking, but you know, if you don't try it, you don't know. Now let's get, and I need some new paper here. Just clean that up a little bit. My brayer needs a good scrubbing bit. Do one more here. Let's try just the cobalt, right? Let's go back to this gray, cold gray. It's a great color. Great name for a color, is what I'm trying to say. Maybe some violet. I haven't used this in a while. To ultramarine. Ultramarine. Now, just random. Don't worry about the wrinkling. That just adds personality. Yeah, not a lot, but we got some. Yeah, I can see some there. See some right there. Let's get this one. Here, let's put some purple on here. Why not? Get it that way. And then this way, I have stuff to play with if I don't have time to make it, or if I don't have the space or what have you. A little paint left on here, and just put that on there. Let's try some acrylic medium. I'm going to just, for this last layer, put down some gloss medium, acrylic medium. Let's see what we can pull off of this plate. Got a lot off the Baron, that's for the brayer, that's for sure. Let's see. Let's give this just a second to permeate into the tissue, and then gently lift it off and see if we got anything. Not a whole lot. I'm just adding layers to the other ones we did. little bit here, just a little bit, not a lot. I got some here, some other stuff going on there. Got the X's, okay. We have this one. This one turned out cool. So as you can see, it's possible to use your pen or your pastels on your gel plate using the transfer technique. Just a plain sheet of paper, put it down, do a transfer. Let's see, do I have any more tissue? I don't. I have a piece of rice paper here. Let's see if I can conjure some of that up. Okay, use some rice paper for this last one. I'm just having fun. All right, so I'm going to retire this for a second. And let's see. Let's just do champagne. Oops. That was the bottle. That wasn't me. And let's do some burnt umber. All right. Let's see what we can get for our final pull. Will the rice paper pick it up better than the tissue? I don't know. Let's see. And let's rub down and then gently. Yeah, look at that. Oh, see, it's stuck. Oh, that's my fault. That's okay. Happens with rice paper. Get some marks there, see? Still working, that's still giving. All right, cool. So we got some cool prints today. Fun stuff to play with later on. I can even add more layers to this if I wanted to. I could use some distress sprays if I wanted to. Do some stamping on it. On them, rather. But, you know, we got some cool papers to play with, all kinds of colors. I'm not afraid of color. So, you know, don't be afraid of color. This one has a lot of paint still left on it. Oh, it's still wet. But that's pretty cool. That one's very grungy. This one's kind of spring-like. There's an artist, and I can't think of it. I want to say Manet, Monet, one of them, who kind of had this kind of vibe going in their painting, but don't quote me. But it's kind of like that, right? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, well, thanks for coming along for this experimental journey today. We missed one. There's another one. And yeah, so we've got the Hippie Crafter pastels on the plate with the Hippie Crafter paints, and we made some cool prints. Some stuff to play with later. So thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you haven't already, go and check out some of my other gel printing videos. There's plenty. I got a lot, and they're fun, especially my last one. That one's a cool one. So thank you so much. I'll see you very soon.